Hey you guys, it's your girl, the real true divine feminine here, and I come with a quick little message for you guys. And my message to you guys that I want to talk about is I want to talk about how these so-called parents that will look down on another female or a man for something that they have done in their past or when they were younger, but how they don't want to address the issue, how you have a grown child walking around, don't know who their daddy is, didn't know for years who their daddy was, how you have a grown child walking around with hurt and pain from being molested by your brother, by your uncle, by your friend, by the man you were sleeping with, and they don't never want to hold themselves accountable. I want to talk about how these grown men and women, because you will get with somebody and they mama dislike you or they daddy dislike you when they daddy didn't mess with young girls in their life, when they daddy is a secret undercover. He a quarterback and a receiver, or the mamas, they don't like you because of how you look or something, but the mama ran through. She got babies back to back with different daddies, but she want to put their mouth on you when your kids be having the same daddy. I want to talk about these mamas who never hold their sons accountable, and their sons is always right, but their sons be out here starting mess, starting gossip, start confusion, doing all the rest of this stuff, want females to fight and climb behind them, and then a lie, and they mamas will run with a lie. We want to talk about the mamas that's sitting up here that's running all their sons' businesses to their girlfriends or their exes, giving their sons social security numbers to people, telling all their sons information. Let's talk about the mamas and the daddies out here that's running to the feds on their kids and telling all their kids federal business. Or we gonna talk about the mamas and the daddies out here who then took their kids' money and lied about taking their kids' money, but they so quick to put their mouth on somebody else in their situation. But baby, let's talk about how you got a child that's in their 40s, 50s, 60s, 30s walking around that been touched, and you ain't and they told you about it, and you ain't never tried to protect your child. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about how you had another man thinking that child was that child's daddy, and it wasn't even that child's daddy, but yet you worried about what somebody else got going around. We're going to talk about these parents out here that paint this picture because they 60 and 7 years old, they older than I don't know what, but they use their sons' businesses and get PPP loans and all the rest of this, messing up their son's credit, messing up their daughter's credit, and all the rest of that stuff for a lifestyle. Let's talk about these mamas out here be so jealous when they sons find a woman who love their sons the way that they could never love them, or better than they ever showed them any kind of love, and they do all kind of stuff to ruin their relationship. Let's talk about these daddies out here who ain't never been a part of their daughters' lives, but got so much to say about their daughters and what they did when they was younger, when they changed or whatever. Let's talk about all the parents out here who don't want to take accountability for the stuff that they did to their kids. Let's talk about it. They do not want to talk about that. Or when you try to bring up how they didn't protect you, or how they didn't do this or they didn't do that, how they stole your inheritance, how they kick you out of the house, how they rent against you. You know, a lot of y'all facing stuff like this where y'all parents didn't teamed up with your baby mama or your baby daddy to put you on child support, where they didn't teamed up, where your sister and them didn't teamed up against you with somebody that you used to deal with, giving all your information, telling them what about the new person that y'all deal with. It's a time to put a lot of mamas in their place, a lot of daddies in their place, because they don't know their place. And it's not about disrespecting them, but it's about letting them know that there's boundaries. You know why a lot of y'all relationships is failing? And why y'all don't have no love, and why y'all miserable where y'all be at? Because y'all mamas and y'all daddies don't know how to stay in their lane. They want to run y'all life. They want to do this. They want to tell you who they love. How your mama can tell you about somebody being a Jezebel when your mama was the worstest hoe in the world? I need to know that. How your mama could do that when she was turning trick? That's what I don't like about people. People, mamas and daddies will put their mouth on everybody else when the mama didn't turn all kind of tricks. Then slept with all kind of men for money. But The minute they go to picking with somebody and then somebody start revealing their scales in the closet, then it's a problem. That person is the problem. No, you're the problem because you poked the beast and tried to put your mouth on somebody like God wouldn't expose your business. What I dislike about people is this right here. People feel like they can do and say anything to anybody and that they just gonna sit down and be a doormat. I don't know who this message is for. I don't know who resonate with this message, but what I want to tell you is you are nobody's doormat. If God wanted you to be a doormat, he'd have made you one. You ain't going to allow nobody to step over you, nobody to disrespect you, nobody to play with you. I don't care. Let me tell y'all something. It is 2025. You hear me? If somebody, mama, daddy, sister, auntie, cousin, don't like you, that's on them. You ain't sleeping with them. You sleeping with the person that you choose to be with. Let me tell you something. Y'all gotta stop allowing people to tear down what you trying to build up. Man, yes, listen. Maybe it is their mama. Maybe it is their daddy. Maybe it is their sister. Maybe it is their brother. But God says to come from amongst people that no longer serves you. Sometimes your family be your worstest downfall when it comes to relationship, when it comes to all kind of stuff. And truth be told, you know what's going on these days in a lot of people's life, especially a lot of men lives? Let's talk about it. 9 out of 10, their mama wasn't there. Their mama really didn't raise them. They was doing their own thing. So maybe they granny raised them. Maybe the streets raised them. And then they became something. And when they became something, their mama felt like they owed them something. Okay? So now the mama feels entitled. So you might come along and you might start loving on a man. You might start catering to this man. You might start nurturing this man when he's sick. You might start doing all that. And the mama never did that. So now she feel like you trying to outdo her and she be in competition with you behind something that she gave birth to. And when she had the chance to love on them proper, she did. She chose the streets over her children. And then the mama see you loving on your children and also loving on her man. And that's a problem for her. So now she feel like she got to get you gone and get you out the picture. So what does the mama do with her miserable self? The mama will start telling lies and doing all kind of evil stuff. You feel me? Let me tell you something. There's a lot of mamas out here that evil lives in their house. Evil lives there. That's what it is. Evil lives in their households because there's a lot of mamas running around here that are so evil and jealous and hateful of somebody else's life because their life, they don't have nothing got going on. They be jealous. This one thing that I have learned. Mamas will see their sons make it and then be jealous because their sons can provide a lifestyle for you, the wife, the girlfriend, the baby mama, the sneaky link, whatever you choose to be. That's not my business. The mamas will be mad because you get something that they man, that they didn't clown behind and can't provide for them. I be trying to make it make sense because ain't no way. Yeah, this my mama, but she got this man laid up with her. But my mama want me to buy her a $50,000 car when the man that she messing with can't buy her no car. My mama want me to pick her up from work, but with the man she got can't pick up for work. He tearing up and down the street in her car, and she want me to do all the rest of this kind of stuff. Man, yes, the Bible does tell us to honor thy mother and thy father. But the Bible also says parents do not provoke your children. A lot of y'all need to understand, y'all need to set some boundaries with y'all mamas and with y'all daddies. A lot of y'all girls running out here, and the reason why y'all settle for less is because y'all daddy was never in y'all life and he never showed you anything. And then when you became something, here your daddy come back in your life. Well, you know, I'm your daddy, Fat. I'm your daddy, Mom. I'm your daddy, Ash. I'm your daddy, Key. I'm your daddy, Bree. I'm your daddy. They come back in your life and they want to do this. Toy, you didn't know I'm your daddy. Yeah, your mama this, your mama. It's no accountability. What I'm noticing about these grown folks that they have these days, these older people born in the 1960s, 70s, 80s, 90s, go all the way up, all the way to 1936. These old folks that are older, they do not want to take accountability. You cannot call a family meeting. Let me tell you something. You're going to find out how much somebody really care about you, your family. Call a family meeting. Let's call a family meeting with all the aunties and the uncles, and let's talk about when I was 9 years old, how Uncle so-and-so touched me, how Aunt so-and-so violated me. Guess what? Your mama gonna get upset. She ain't gonna defend you again, but she wants you to do all this kind of stuff. A lot of these parents nowadays, they are not taking accountability about what they allow to happen to their grown children who still running around here hurt, angry, bitter by something they could have protected their children from, and they choose not to protect their children. And then when that child find somebody that they really love and they appreciate, they not a good fit for the family. Or I don't want them in the family. I don't want them to be part of my family. I don't want them to be part. You shouldn't want to be part of your own family, because when it was time for you to be a mama, you wasn't no mama. When it was time for you to be a daddy, you wasn't no daddy. You understand me? And it's just strange to me. This is very strange to me. It's no way possible in heaven or hell. If my mama allowed me to be sexually assaulted, if my mama allowed me to be abused, if my mama allowed me to be anything, would she be around my grandchildren or have access to her grandchildren? She wouldn't be around my children to watch my children or nothing. Because if you didn't protect me, how the hell you gonna protect my children? That's some things that we need to talk about, but y'all don't be ready for those conversations right there. Y'all don't be ready for those conversations, how y'all mamas be teaming up with y'all to hire people to do this and that for you, to scam you out of money and do all the rest of this other kind of stuff. Y'all don't be want to have no conversation about how y'all grown parents don't want y'all to see, want y'all to be properly loved. They don't want to see y'all grow. They don't want to see you happy, but they want to control you. God did not make you a car. He did not make you a scooter. He did not make you a bus. You're not supposed to be controlled by nothing, because you have free will of everything. Let's talk about these grown parents that starts all this confusion. You start confusion between the sisters. You try to make my brother compete with who can buy you the biggest TV, who can give you the best gift. Then you holler, oh, look what James bought me. James bought me this. Look what Pam bought me. Pam bought me this. Baby, you see my new car Ashley gifted me with? Baby, you see what Jay bought? Baby, Jay iced his mama out. But when you sick, when they sick and all the rest of this, the child that they try to make you feel bad is the only one that's there taking care of them. That's the only one that's being there for them while they dog this child out and did all the rest of this. You stop this child from being miserable. You stop this child from having a life and wanted this child to be miserable and not be loved and not do all the rest of this because you wanted to be in control of something. This is going to be my last time saying this. This to mamas. And this is to daddies. Just because your son or your daughter find somebody who loves them, nurture them, pour into their spirit, speak life into them, acknowledge them, does not mean that person will replace you. Okay? Just because you gave birth doesn't make you a mother. A lot of y'all, just because he came out your nutsack doesn't make you a father. A lot of y'all parents, old butts, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s years old, y'all need some reality checks. Because the truth of the matter is, you trying to control something when you had the chance. When they were younger, you had the chance to do that. But being grown, and you try to dictate a grown person, tell them who they can be with, who they can't be with, or who you gonna disown them. But guess what? Baby, I'd rather you disown me because I refuse to be miserable and not love who I want to love because you feel like that person don't fit onto you. This what I don't like. People be forgetting about the past that they have. You heard me? It be people that be forgetting about the past situation and circumstances that they have done. But two things for sure that I know, God got a funny way of revealing the past. You heard me? God got a funny way of things coming out. I'm talking about secrets that they thought that they had hid since 1919. God have a funny way of letting things come out. So I tell anybody, you parents, especially you older parents, mind y'all business. Y'all children being in a relationship, being in love, doing whatever they choose to do, that's their life. Let them live their life. To the sisters and brothers is being messy in other people's relationship, make sure that your man not sleeping with your next door neighbor. Make sure your wife is not humping on your boss. That's what y'all need to do. Y'all need to learn how to stay in y'all lane and mind y'all business. That's what's wrong with a lot of folks these days. They be trying to be in everybody else's business and they stuff is going all under. They houses in shambles. You hear me? But they be worried about somebody else's house. They don't be worried about, they don't want nobody else to build their house. Let me tell you something. I don't know who this for, but I want to let you know this right here. Don't never stay where you miserable at. I don't give a damn if your mama mad, your daddy mad, your ex mad, who mad. Let them stay mad. You hear me? Because this is your life. And I be damned if the life you have to live on this earth will be miserable. God did not intend for you to live no miserable life. He did not intend for you to be no people pleaser. He did not intend for you to be worried. Guess what? He said sweep around your own front door before you try to sweep around somebody else's. You heard me? You cannot throw no brick stand in a glass house. And let me tell y'all something. A lot of y'all boys, a lot of y'all men child, they didn't learn how to put y'all mamas in their lane. A lot of you females need to learn how to put your daddy overstepping your boundaries. First of all, where y'all first messed up at, the minute something go wrong in your house, how you gonna run to your mama and talk about your man when your mama been a side piece all her life? So of course she gonna tell you all kind of foolishness. She been trying to get the materialistic stuff that you all into. That's why she tell you to get the money out of them. That's why she tell you to get this, you want to tell you to get that, because materialistic fancy stuff is what she like. How dare you gonna listen? How dare you go run and tell your daddy about the man who made sure that you were straight and took care when your daddy wasn't there? Your daddy was a Rolling Stone. He was messing with this one and that one and that one and that one. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Like I said, I don't know who this message is for, but I've been getting this download, this crazy download about somebody mama quick to put their mouth on somebody else in their situation. And another thing, and I'm going to say this, and I'm saying this with my chest 10 toes flat, and I hope y'all hear me very clear. If you woman enough or man enough to talk that stuff, I want you to be woman enough or man enough to tell that person what you got to tell them to their face. Because if you ain't woman or man enough to say what you got to say to their face, you a coward. You heard me? You a coward. Don't get in no circle and talk about somebody who's not there to defend themselves or not speak up about themselves. Because a lot of y'all women be running around here putting y'all mouth on younger women who younger than y'all when y'all done suck it all the way to the top. You hear me? You done slept with brothers, cousins, got babies with homeboys, got babies with friends, got babies with all it. Ran through Rhonda, and you worried about somebody else's life. You worried about what somebody else doing. You worried about somebody that your son is interested in. You worried about who your daughter is messing with. You worried about the wrong thing, baby. You worried about the wrong thing, because when your skeleton start falling out the closet, then you want to cry, oh, Lord, mama this, and mama that. Mama don't feel good, baby. Mama this. Man, sit your tired ass down. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it, because a lot of y'all just need to be stopped. Point blank and period. Y'all need to stop with the foolishness. Y'all need to stop with all this faking and keep y'all mouth off of folks. You heard me? Everybody is not to be played with. Everybody's not going to play with y'all. You understand what I'm saying? You got to learn how to keep your mouth. Just because you somebody's mama, that don't hold no weight. You heard me? That don't hold no weight to be read to filth, and whatever come behind it, it comes behind it. It is 2025. Hear me and hear me well. People are not allowing people to play with them in no form or no fashion. People are not allowing people to disrespect them in no form or no fashion. Guess what? You they mama, not that mama. You understand what I'm saying? So guess what? You need to stop. Stop trying to tear down people's relationship. Stop trying to tell people you're going to disown them out the family because they want to go be with somebody. Stop how you make somebody choose between the love they have for somebody or their family. You a cutthroat, conniving, dangerous, selfish, slime individual. I would never in a million years make my child, you choose me or you choose the love of your life. that is cutthroat, conniving, and no earthly good. And a lot of y'all need to be known this, what y'all are. But y'all know what y'all are deep down inside. Like I say, evil lives there. Evil lives in y'all house because y'all very evil. Evil, 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 evil. And I want to say this right here. A lot of y'all got some serious stuff that's about to come to y'all, baby. When I tell you it's about to come to y'all, it's going to be a lot of slow carrying. You heard me? It's going to be some crying and some slow carrying. You mark my words. Listen, I want y'all to go back and watch this video and what I tell you. And I promise you this, if you going through this with somebody mama, if you going through this with somebody family, I want you to mark my words on this, baby. It's about to be some slow walking and some crying going on. You hear me? Because let me tell you something. Folks feel like they can do evil stuff and they think they get away with it. But you see, let me tell you something. See, God, that man sit high, but he looked low. Hold on. Because folks don't know how to leave well enough alone. Folks want to keep messing with people. Folks want to keep doing stuff to people to hurt and harm people. And I'm telling y'all, listen. God is not pleased with a lot of these grown folks. So say grown folks. Elders. That's shit I call them. God is not pleased with a lot of these elders on what they doing. They supposed to lead by example. And instead they doing evil things. I'm telling y'all, listen. Again. I don't know who this message is for. I don't know who needs to hear this message. But I'm telling y'all, some of y'all mamas and y'all daddies been doing a lot of evil stuff. And the time has come. Well, guess what? It's time to pay the Pied Piper. It's time to pay. They've been doing any and everything to people, feeling like they can hurt and harm folks. And guess what? It's time to pay up. It's time to pay up. You hear me? So I don't know who this message is for, but I pray this message reach who it needs to reach and help who it needs to help. All I know is right here, you grown folks, that mean mamas, daddies, aunts, uncles, family members, mind y'all business. Stop messing up people. Stop trying to make people choose between y'all. Stop. Because guess what? Let me tell you something. That same person that you keep trying to keep somebody away from, when you close your eyes, that's going to be the same person that'll comfort that person. That's going to be the same person to uplift that person. That's going to be the same person to nurture that person. That's going to be the same person that's going to guide that person in the spirit to get through. That's going to be the same person that's covering and praying for that person. That's going to be the same person that's going to wipe that person's tears. I'm telling y'all not. Y'all have been warned. This is a warning. God didn't call you to do no work for him. He didn't call you to try to tear down nobody's foundation. You need to step aside. You need to put down that evil stuff you're doing. You need to stay in your lane. You need to repent and ask God to come in your heart and keep creating you a clean heart and renew your spirit. That's what you need to do. You better repent because the time is near. The time is near. I don't know who that message is for. I don't know, but when I'm here to tell you it's now, it's some serious stuff going on because you know why? It's some mamas, some daddies, some grandmas, some aunties, some cousins, some siblings who don't know how to mind their own business, who don't know how to stay in their own lane. It's some mamas and some daddies need to hold accountable for. Let's talk about how you let Uncle Kenneth touch me. Let's talk about how you let Aunt Faye touch me. Let's talk about how you let Aunt Renee do those things to me. Let's talk about how you let Uncle Carl violate me. Let's talk about, these are the names that I'm hearing. Let's talk about how you let Larry do those things to me. Let's talk about how you let Brenda do that stuff to me. Let's talk about Betty. Let's talk about Shirley. You heard me? Let's talk about all these names. Cynthia and Candy. David. Frederick. Let's talk about this. Louise, Elsie, who's all these people? I don't know who none of these people is. Let's talk about how you let these people violate me. That's what y'all need to be. Y'all need to be holding accountable how y'all grown children is up here still hurting by y'all not protecting them. Still walking around with deep wounded issues that you caused your child. And you're trying to cause your child more by keeping them from somebody who love them. Keeping them from somebody who want to be with them. Somebody who going to help them. You're sad and you're wrong, but God going to deal with you accordingly. And that time is here and now. It's your girl, the Real True Divine Feminine. I don't know who that message for. I pray it reach who it need to reach, help who it needs to help. If it ain't for you, that's on you. Don't get in my comment section with the foolery, because I'm going to read you for filth and I'm going to broadcast all your business. Play if you want, but not today. Peace.